So one thing we don't see a whole lot of these days is Melania Trump alongside Donald Trump. We see Trump out with his lawyer, Alina Habba, or we see him by himself, or he's hanging out with Don Jr.'s girlfriend, but very rarely do we see the two come together. And when we do, we see him reach for her hand and her pull it away, or we see him attempt to get in the car with her and her shut the door. So I think it's a fair question to ask, what's going on, and are we going to see her on the campaign trail? But when that question got asked, this was her response. Check it out.
Mrs. Trump, are you going to return to the campaign trail with your husband? Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
So I guess we're all just supposed to stay tuned and see what happens, but you got to admit something definitely seems off between Melania and Donald Trump, and she never ever looks happy to be seen alongside him. And it tells me that the bloom is definitely off the rose for sure, because there was a time when Donald Trump was praising her to the hilt. Check out this old clip and see what you think about it.
Mr. President, I saw a clip earlier this morning. Are you sure you want to do a new paint job on Air Force One? It's been so iconic for so long.
I know, but you know what? It's been a long time, and it fits the plane better. You know, it's a very different plane, even though it's a 747. And I like the concept of red, white, and blue in the classic, and I think it's going to look much better, actually. You know, the baby blue doesn't fit with us, and people get used to something, and it was Jackie O, and that's good, but we have our own Jackie O today. It's called Melania. We'll call it Melania T. Okay.
And she is doing a great job and does not get enough credit.
By the way, people love her. People love her. She gets no credit from the media, but she gets credit from the people. When I go and speak in front of these big crowds, we have tremendous crowds, and so many people are holding up banners. You know, we love our First Lady. A lot of them say, for whatever, they say, we love stilettos and, you know, the high heels. The time the news said she walked in high heels to a Texas flood. No. She likes to look elegant in the White House, but she had the sneakers she's carrying.
So most people would agree that it's absolute sacrilege to compare Melania Trump to Jackie O, but it really got me to thinking about how that First Ladies have been perceived, at least in my lifetime, and just how different Melania Trump is from all the rest. Because the First Lady that I remember seeing was Nancy Reagan. Back when I was a kid, we would see her on her Just Say No campaigns, and we all had the shirts and all those DARE shirts that we used to wear, DARE to keep kids off drugs. That's how I remember Nancy Reagan. But even back then as a kid, I realized that she was being compared to Jackie Onassis. I realized we were taught that Jackie Onassis was basically the blueprint for First Lady, and any First Lady that came after her would get compared to her, or people would look for Jackie O in the new First Lady. And I knew that even as a kid watching Nancy Reagan. And then along comes Barbara Bush, and she's reading to the kids. But then I noticed a completely different attitude toward Hillary Clinton when she was First Lady. A completely different attitude and a completely different level of criticism. I noticed that kind of faded away when Laura Bush came in, and I noticed it came back stronger than ever when Michelle Obama came in. And I really got to thinking and comparing the two, and I thought, you know, why are they so critical of Hillary Clinton, and why are they so critical of Michelle Obama? And they went overboard with Michelle Obama. I mean, she couldn't even wear a sleeveless shirt without them saying she was showing too much skin and showing too much arms. Oh, that's ridiculous. They cooked up all these crazy lunatic conspiracy theories that she's a man, and just went so low with all of their attacks. And I would say to myself, well, what's different here? And I got to thinking about it, and I thought, you know, at the end of the day, it's because the Democratic First Ladies had an opinion, and they were very outspoken with their opinions, and they could lead. They were natural-born leaders that people looked to, and I think Republicans looked at them and realized, hey, these are two future presidents. These are two future leaders, so let's try to cut them down to size as much as we can. And then along comes Melania Trump, and she actually fits the mold of what MAGA wants in a First Lady, what Republicans have wanted in a First Lady, better than anybody when you really stop and think about it, because she stays in the shadows. You don't hear a whole lot from her. She just comes out for certain photo ops with Trump, and she pretty much stays quiet. And at the end of the day, as bad as I hate to be the one to take it there, those are the differences that I see, and that's why I see them now going for Melania. And they'll give her a pass for everything. They may have criticized Michelle Obama for her bare arms. They accepted the fact that Melania Trump posed nude. And I don't have a problem with Melania Trump posing nude. I never did. The problem I've always had is the hypocrisy from the evangelicals that they will call out Michelle Obama and cook up all these conspiracy theories on her, and that they would criticize Hillary Clinton for standing by her man. That's hilarious to me. That the churches I grew up in that spoke so hard against divorce were the same people saying she'll divorce Bill Clinton when they leave office. And then why didn't she divorce Bill Clinton? It's absolutely ridiculous. But if you stop and think about it, they're perfectly okay with Melania. They will give her a pass for everything we point out because she's Donald Trump's wife. And as long as she stays in the shadows and stays quiet, she's actually the perfect fit for First Lady in their world. But let her tomorrow come out and start speaking out against Donald Trump. Let her tomorrow come out and start just airing all their dirty laundry. Let her explain to us why that when he reaches for her hand, she pulls away. Let her explain to us why that she shut the door in his face when he tried to get in the car with her. Let her explain to us why she rolled her eyes at him when she's standing behind him. And you will see Maga turn on her and crucify her, and you will see them shame her to the bitter end. And by some weird chance that Melania Trump actually ever stumbled across this video, deep down in your gut, you know that. Deep down in her gut, Melania Trump has to know that as long as she stays in the background, stays quiet, don't rock the boat, just lets him run wild and do whatever the hell he wants to do, she'll be accepted. But let her say one word. Let one of his children come out and say one word. The kid I can't wait to see speak one of these days is Barron. I have a feeling that Barron may come from a completely different angle and may have a whole lot more to say that Donald Trump won't want to hear about. But let any of his kids or let Melania or let anyone speak out against him, and you will see just how quickly they'll be kicked off that Trump train.